And let's get this thing opened up. Isn't there something like super special and fun about taking cellophane off of a box? I don't know what it is, but it suits me. All right, so let's see, how do we get this guy out? It looks like maybe it slides out, maybe not. There we go. All right. You have to be 10% smarter than the box that you're working with in order to get this to work out. Okay, so let's open the box. Basic instruction manual here. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, well, it's in English. That's a huge plus. Sometimes they're not, and you can pause this at your leisure. Definitely says there's something about doing an update in here. And the backside, not in English. Okay, well, this should be easy enough. Let's see how easy this thing is to use. We're going to go ahead and open up the box here with, there we go. Okay, so we have a couple of cables under here. Looks like we have the dongle itself. Pretty straightforward. It's attractive. It looks nice. It's sleek. And what do we have here? We have USB-C to USB-A, okay, maybe for updates or something, or connecting to the car, and USB-C to USB-C, which could also be connecting to the car or some other device. Let's take a look here. Looks like we have USB-C in, maybe some vents here, and then something to plug an A cable into. Not really sure what's going on with that, but hey, let's go set it up in the car and see how well it works, because that's what we're really here to do. So let's move to the car now. Okay, so now we're in the car. I've got the device, and I'm going to plug it into my Android Auto USB. Very short cable here, so you might want to get something a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and plug the device in. And on my phone, I will need to connect to this device via Bluetooth in order for everything to work right. And I've done that off camera. I will show you what the device selection screen looks like, but it's really pretty straightforward. So this is booting up. I've got a red blinking light. Okay, the car now sees it, so I'm going to go ahead and enable the device. And according to the instructions, the next thing I should see is Android Auto available. So let's take a look. There it is. There she is. Okay, so I'm going to hit Android Auto, and let's see what we got. Wow, that was remarkably easy. There's no app to install. Everything seems to be here, and all I had to do was plug this in, connect to Bluetooth, and then say yes on my car to accept it as a device. This was considerably easier than AA Wireless that had to install an app and everything else. Now, what I don't have here, and I have a green light here, by the way, if you can't see that. What I don't know how to do is how to upgrade this device. How do I do a firmware upgrade? How do I make it better if there's a problem down the road? It is definitely far more plug and play than the AA Wireless. Now what we need to do is take it on the road and make sure that it stays connected, that there's no problems. We're going to do that, and then I'll come back and give you my final verdict. Okay, so let's take a look at the update process, because this is where things get a little funky, and we live in an app-driven society, and there's no app involved here, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I showed how this process worked. Now, I'm not in the car right now. I've just got this thing powered up and connected to my phone. It doesn't really know the difference, and we don't need it to be actually in the car for this to work. So this is just connected to a battery so that I could do this easily. So the first thing you have to do is to unpair yourself or turn off Bluetooth. So I'm going to turn off the Bluetooth, and I'm going to leave Wi-Fi on. I'm then going to see if I can find connectivity to this device. And you can see it's here, and it's already connected. Unfortunately, I had it connected earlier when I was testing this out. Okay, so once it's connected, here's the thing. Your phone's probably going to say, oh no, you don't have any internet, so we're not going to work. See, basically it's saying, okay, so there's no internet, so we're going to connect only this time. And it's going to go ahead and connect it and not try to reconnect to something that does have internet, right? So I've got all these other different locations that could actually get internet. You do not want to have internet when this goes down. So that's something that could be confusing to some folks. I'm going to go ahead and open up the internet browser, and it's saying that it can't reach Google, which is normal. Now what you're going to do is type in an IP address, which is the actual address of this device, which is 192.168. AA Wireless, you just run the app and hit update, and it does everything for you. Okay, so now when you actually go here, there's a little tiny web server running on this device. I've already put in my name of my car and the year and everything, and it knows all this other information. Then I'm ready to hit check update. And now it tells you to turn off the Wi-Fi and go back to using mobile data. So I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi, right? I'm going to wait for my mobile data to kick in, which it should be at this point, and then hit confirm. And then it will actually check for the update. I found this a little hinky. All right, so now when I run it again, it says that I'm already on the latest version. I'm assuming it would have downloaded and updated. This was out of the factory, out of the box. It was updated to the latest, so I did not need another version update. So I haven't seen what it actually looks like to update this thing all the way front to back. But the fact that you have to turn off Bluetooth, turn on Wi-Fi, connect to the web server here, hit check for update, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn back on your mobile device, your mobile data, and then confirm, and then it will go and find the update. I thought that was a little hinky. But listen, it saves you from having to use an app. It lets you use any browser that you want to do it. So there's definitely pluses and minuses. But if I had to remove any points from this review, I would say that the update process, while not necessary, nor has it been necessary in my experience so far, I think that that's one area where they could have definitely improve that process just a little bit. But now you have a full-blown tutorial on how to do it. The instructions in the manual weren't very clear, in my opinion anyway. So I think that if they weren't clear for me, they wouldn't be clear for you either. So we took the Carlinkit out on a 4-hour road trip to take my son up to camp. Now this was up in Prescott, Arizona, where, listen, there's going to be some dropout locations, there's going to be some dead zones. I thought it would be a really good test. And we had zero problems with this device. In fact, I even tried to upgrade it while I was on the road. My wife was driving, I was not distracted driving. And we had no problems whatsoever. No dropouts, no freezes, no hiccups, no reboots required. It was pain-free. Now, my wife has just gone back up to pick my son up from camp, taking that exact same 4-hour trip with the AA wireless device that we've been using for some time. She experienced dropouts and had to do a reboot of the device to get it back online. Her endorsement of a product probably means more than my endorsement of the product. So it's good to know that my wife actually prefers this. And in fact, she said the minute she pulls in the driveway, she wants this one put back in her car over the AA wireless. Not saying the AA wireless isn't a good product, because it was working fine for me, but my wife is a little bit of a Luddite, and frankly, having a device that's completely pain-free works out very well for her.